Uber home, and I'm so sorry you had to Uber here because you probably don't have service and you can't, you probably can't.
Oh, I see what.
Yeah, that's the least that's all I got.
That's really sweet of you, Anna, to pay for his Uber home.
Fuck you.
Anna, you and I have been talking about having Johnny on the show since we started.
I know.
It's Johnny, we started November
Setting me up for
2015.
disappointment already.
No, but we've been talking about having you on because you guys are right next door to each other on the Warner Brothers lot?
Correct,
yes, and Johnny was one of the very, the first person that told me that it was all going to be okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Get into that. Get into that.
Well, so we met at Upfronts after Mom got picked up, and maybe we had met before then, but that was a really meaningful time because I don't know, we were downstairs at the Four Seasons, and I was there hanging out with the cast. Oh
yeah, I remember this
with
night.
Your cast, and I remember you guys all celebrating, and I felt like, oh my Lord, I don't know what is happening. But you guys were all just so kind to me, and
nice. It's a good group, it really is.
Yeah,
and we adore you.
Sorry, I know you have to do this weird thing where you have to speak really close to this microphone.
All right, I'm on it.
Have you ever given a blowjob to a microphone? Imagine that's what you're doing right
today.
now.
No, I've not. No. Well, you're one of my favorite people that I don't know very well. Meaning,
I love that.
Meaning, I feel like every time we run into each other, the conversation's never over. We've never really finished a conversation. We always pick up where we leave off, and you're just wonderful.
Thank you.
And also, I should preface this by confessing, my favorite episode that you guys have done was with Aubrey Plaza. That's her name, right?
Thanks. Yeah. You did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Well,
that's
grill him on
number
that.
one. It's not just because I carry a little torch for Aubrey, but also because it's the only one that I've heard, and it was 3 hours ago.
I like it that you.
And also, I'm not done. I took the summer off. I didn't want to do any actor boy stuff, so I haven't done an interview in 6 months. So my raconteur skills are a little rusty. So
this is less of an interview and more of me railroading, because I like to hear my own voice to an obnoxious degree.
It's a good voice. Oh.
What do you mean?
Bring it.
Thank you. Do you think this is this a sexy voice, or is that?
They just got a little creepy. Yeah, you took it too far.
Okay, wait. Should I do a slightly higher pitch, sexy voice?
Let's hear it.
Hi, Johnny. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's so great to meet you.
I'm not really quite sure how to react.
Not good.
It wasn't bad. I'll leave it at that.
What's a good version
I
of
like your natural voice.
Try your natural voice.
Typical.
Try it
Very
again.
sexy. Very sexy natural voice.
The Olympics rocked.
No, wait. No, you've done something else now.
Rio killed. Fine.
So what do? We help people with their relationships and whatnot?
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
First,
we're going to talk to you first.
All right. Hence, unqualified. All right.
Okay. I love it. Will you say hence?
Hence.
3 times?
Hence. Do you like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Now
I'll stay with that.
2 more times. Ooh. I like that.
This is just fun with microphones is all it is, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so you've lived in the multicam world for a long time. I know this part's kind of boring, and we'll probably cut it out. But and I feel like I have dry mouth, so I probably should have a little bit of this. Yeah. Good water.
You need a new filter, by the way, if this is the water that
No, it's just about like Flint.
All right.
Like a high class Flint. But I still feel very, very new to the I know, I'm sorry to repeat it again, but the multicam world.
But that's okay.
But it's the closest I could imagine being on like a baseball team in terms of you only get pretty much 2 takes. When it's time to step up to the plate, you got to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
You've got your team members, and it's terrifying and exhilarating, and in terms of being word perfect, there's, I don't know, it still is. I'm still very much adjusting to the process, but you are now deep into it. You have been for years, right?
Yeah, but I mean, even we just started season 10, and even last week when we started filming, we were doing some pre-tapes on a Monday, but we had been away for the whole summer. This was episode, I think it was like 207, although I don't really,
Shit.
Wow.
yeah. And we were all nervous. We started
You were?
rolling and we were nervous. And even Kunal said, he's like, what if I don't know how to do if I don't know how to do this anymore after the summer? And I said, don't worry, dude. That would insinuate that you knew what you were doing last season. But I was nervous myself. I was like, I had sweaty palms. And
Do you get nervous on show night still?
a
Sorry, I
little
didn't mean to cut you off.
bit. No, it's fine. But I mean, my point is like, that's a good thing. If you didn't care, then you wouldn't care, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I do sometimes feel like a bit of I get really, really terrified to do anything experimental,
Mm-hmm.
because if it's not in the script or in the format and breaks the rhythm, then I feel like I've broken, the musicality of it.
Right, I was just gonna say it is very musical, absolutely. But I mean, it's theater with redos, and I mean, there's things that we laugh at all week long during a rehearsal, and then you put it in front of 300 people, and it's like crickets. You go, oh, okay. And as our mutual boss Chuck Lorre says, there's no secret to that. There's no recipe. Like, this is reinventing the wheel every single week. And we don't know. Even like Richard Pryor, he would go to like comedy clubs and try out material before he went on tour, because you can know what you think is funny, but it takes a massive ego to think that everybody else is going to find it funny. That's why I would have very little interest in doing a single camera comedy. You got to put it in front of the 300 people as a litmus test to the millions of people watching afterwards.
Do you mess up in front of the audience? Are you guys pretty seamless now?
We're pretty. I mean, it's kind of a fine-tuned machine at this point.
So
you would
nobody
hope so
messes
after
up.
207. Kunal laughs at his own jokes a lot in a very like Mindy Cohen-esque way.
But
That's a Facts
I
of
know-
Life reference.
Man,
Yes, I'm old as dirt.
I wish I could do that. Because I know that the audience laughs when I mess up, but
I mean, they don't want a seamless show. They're there to watch us faceplant.
You told me that, Anna. You told me that the audience loves it when you guys mess up.
they
Oh
love
God,
it.
yeah.
But I don't, and I'll try to like fake it, like ha 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 ha. I know that's very charming, but inside I'm like, oh God, like, what the fuck am I doing?
You can
And-
I get in my own way sometimes. I'll think like, okay, I have this big speech with a bunch of physics terminology going on that I don't know half of what I can't spell physics myself. Like, I don't know what and I just get it in it's kind of like the same anxiety you feel.
F-I-S.
But we're all still very supportive of each other too. And like Kaylee will come up to me and just whisper like, you got this. And like,
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah, you're right. I do. I've been nailing
Yeah.
it all week long. Like that, but that's all you need to kind of get out of your own way.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing for an actor, as you know. You like whether you're auditioning or performing or what. Once you get in your own head, you're toast.
But being the straight man on my show, I feel the idea of experimenting out of the format of maybe what our writers and producers have envisioned for me. I just feel the idea of getting shot down is much more devastating for me than the idea of experimenting out of like that box.
I
a
think
bit.
I understand. But I mean, you use the term straight man, and I'll use completely out of character, as Ashley will attest to. Another sports analogy. You talked about a baseball team, and I feel like comedy in many ways is similar to hockey. Well, not many ways, maybe only in one. But in that,
Icy cold,
for those who
uncomfortable.
for those who are in the know, you get a lot of credit for assists. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And that makes me proud when you can like be there with your castmate and tee them up perfectly.
You're right. I call it the T. I'm like the T-ball stand for like
for Allison.
Yeah, or for anybody else.
Right.
You know. I mean, I did that.
No,
once,
I mean you should absolutely take
whatever.
pride in that. Not a lot of people can do that.
Is there an Emmy for the T-ball stand? I just want those golden wings so I can stab an intruder someday.
You're big on stabbing intruders. I heard that. I listened to that in the one that I listened to this afternoon. Yeah. And as I was putting it on, I've never listened to a podcast before, by the way, because again, I'm old as dirt and I don't know how to work it. But so literally, Ashley had to send me directions on how to do it.
Ashley is here. Ashley is your publicist. She's here with us,
and my friend, and my very good friend. Yes.
And she's awesome.
She's the best. But as it was like loading, or is that the term? Yep. I thought, well, no, this will be good for me because I'll have to, maybe I don't know if I have to like watch my language, which I'm not. Very
No.
disciplined at.
Pussy.
No,
let's get it out of the way.
The first thing you said in that podcast, I don't even think you guys had started before, and you just said, "Fuck you, Sim." I was like, oh no, I think I'll be good. I think we're fine.
I love it that you did it before. You're the first.
Yeah.
You may be the first guest.
That's a recurring theme on our podcast.
I got to say it. Shit.
But he picked up on it, so he knew that was a thing.
I immediately felt right at home. Yeah.
I want to give you some good podcasts to listen to because what do you listen to on your way to work? Music,
like NPR, and yeah.
You don't
music.
listen to. I have some good NPR podcasts. I'm gonna give you a little list.
All right.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
On Faris is Unqualified will be number one. but no. Anyway, there's some good ones because I can't listen to music on my way to work because I don't like getting in my own head too much, which music forces me to.
Do you watch the show? Do you watch Mom?
No. I mean, I do, but I have to be in a very specific
I understand.
Space. Do you watch Big Bang?
I've maybe a couple times a season, 2 or 3 times.
Oh, really?
A season.
Wow,
that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I probably haven't seen more of the jobs than I've done than less. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that in English? I just don't really have. I mean, in Big Bang, I'm emotionally invested in the people there and the work that we all do collectively. So I do check in, but then I find that there's a danger. If I watch too much, I start to micromanage myself and it's just in my head. And obviously at this point, I trust that everything's working smoothly and, it's directed well and lit well and edited well. And, I know the other cast is on point too. So what am I looking at except my own narcissism? So, it's just a danger of that. But I mean, I'm just always, I guess growing up doing theater, you never see that result of it. You're a part of the process, and that's what's exciting and important to me. Not the end product of it, but the process.
What about the feedback?
When I'm done, I'm like, my job's done.
But the feedback, when you get the accolades, when you get the Twitter messages or the fan mail and people saying how great you are or whatever it is, like, do you want feedback at all about your performances, or you just don't care?
I want it from my coworkers.
Right.
I want it from my director. I like that guy. I have no interest in directing whatsoever. Maybe a play one day or something like that. But there's all the technical stuff that just bores me to tears. And I get excited about criticism, to be honest with you. Even personally, I do. It drives people crazy. Yeah. If my sister or someone or my girlfriend says like, "Hey, we got to sit down. I have a bone to pick with you." I get excited because this is obviously a person I've chosen to trust in my life and is going to be an opportunity to better myself. It drives people crazy because I don't go on the defense at all. I'm like, "Oh, really? What do you got?" This will make me a better brother, a better friend, a better boyfriend, a better castmate, whatever it is.
I can't believe your strength.
Strength? I don't know if that's the right word for it.
Or arrogance.
Maybe. Most probably arrogance.
The fact that you're laughing means that it is.
You can't hurt me.
But no, I don't want feedback from people I fucking respect.
Yeah. Well, no, sometimes it can cut deep. But no, I don't read I'm not on Twitter and I don't read the comments of that. That just seems self-destructive.
Yeah, but I'm with you there.
You guys have it worse. Women have it a whole lot worse.
That's a generous thing.
No, it's true. And actually when Big Bang got picked up, I called Roseanne to kind of ask for her blessing in a way, because I feel like I owe her so much. But also for her advice, because I knew this was the first time I was like really a lead in something, and I knew I was going to be on billboards and on the side of buses and stuff like that. And I really wanted somebody's
That's
advice.
so cool
And
that you did that.
she said, well, it's going to be complicated, but because you're not a woman, it'll be easier. Like you, and she was right. I didn't really know. And that her other piece of advice was never trust a journalist with a British accent, which she was right about.
Yeah, that's actually great advice.
But you guys get you lose 3 pounds or gain 3 pounds, and they're like all over you. It's a whole different thing. Guys don't get that.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
You guys have it rough.
Or yeah, I don't know. It's like a celebration of stuff. But I like to think that it's changing. You know, I like to think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not, but I really like.
I think so. Speaking of Roseanne again, like during that time, without naming names or studios or networks, seeing how Seinfeld, for example, was treated versus how she was treated as a woman, both having #1 shows, was incredibly different.
Yeah.
Just like, for example, the gifts that they sent them, you know. One would get a Porsche and the other would get like a big piece of chocolate.
Wow.
Not kidding.
Wow.
That actually happened. Yeah. It was a very different time. So I agree that things are changing. Not rapidly as we would hope, but they're improving.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I have to believe it. If I don't, then I'm just going to go up into the attic and never come back.
Don't do that.
Well, I often take
She takes guests into
my
the attic.
podcast
Oh,
guests up into the
your
attic.
attic is actually a nightclub full of 300 people that you rave with.
Or she'll just, club you.
That's
over
why
the
there's
head.
no parking outside.
Okay, so, all right. So now we're going to get into a segment that we call Deal Breakers.
Oh, I don't know that one. Okay.
So we don't have to get into this if you don't want to.
Let's hear it. I don't know what it is yet.
Well, this is a scenario where you're single. I don't know if you are.
I happen to be it.
Okay. Great.
Why would you have any? You're married. Why do you have any opinion about that?
Well, I just don't
because
want
the
you to have
segment
to,
will go better? Okay.
Yeah, no. I just don't want you to have to talk about stuff that you don't necessarily want to have to talk about.
I didn't say I want to talk about. I don't know what you're going to ask me.
Well, these are deal breakers.
Okay, all right.
So
deal breaker.
you're
Yeah.
single.
Okay. Familiar.
Is it a deal breaker or not?
Yes.
Being no,
No,
I understand, Sam.
Well, she just said deal breakers.
By
She
the
didn't say
title,
deal breaker or not.
kind of
I just want to
gathered.
be clear.
My idiot producer. You can totally
Idiot
tell.
I'm trying to be
Right.
clear. I want to make sure it was clear to him.
I love you, Sam. You're the
All right,
best.
fine.
Right.
The over-explainer.
It's all right.
Maybe I am as well. Okay. Deal breaker number 1.
Bring it.
If she nags you for not recycling.
Well, I'm like an avid recycler, so are you asking if I would break up with a woman if she nagged me for not recycling?
Let's say let's assume that all of these are like early on.
Yeah.
Like
what,
you're 3
months?
3
3
weeks.
weeks.
3-4 weeks in.
That's twice as long as my longest relationship.
I always get involved way too fast with somebody, so
I fall hard and quick too. I really do. Yeah. To a fault.
I know, me too.
All right.
Okay, so let's say you're 4 weeks in.
Okay.
She starts to nag you for not recycling, but I guess it's not applicable because you.
I can't wrap my head around that.
Okay, what about if she doesn't recycle? Then let's twist it around.
My brother and I got in a fist fight over Christmas because I found out that he didn't recycle. I'll put it that way.
A real fist fight? Was an actual fist fight?
Yeah.
Because he didn't recycle.
Well, it came to fisticuffs. Yeah.
Did you throw a punch?
No, I saw that it was going that way. A friend of his broke it up. And
It was heading that
I
way?
extracted myself from the situation, meaning I left his apartment, and he chased me down the block saying, I'm going to punch the fuck out of your head. Yeah.
Do you have
As I got into an Uber, I was like, no, you're not. Happy Christmas Eve, by the way. So yeah,
Happy Christmas. All right.
I'm
we can
very
get into the Happy Christmas thing later.
Okay.
But wait, what if so what
I am
other-
passionate about that, obviously.
What other environmental issues are you like make or break?
Oh, make or break.
Just recycling?
I don't know. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's really just about
What if
treading
somebody
lightly and like
denies
having
global
compassion.
warming?
That would be a very short conversation.
But she's smoking hot.
A lot of people are smoking hot. That would still be a very short conversation.
Okay, if she sleeps in her makeup,
Oh, I don't mind. I
not a deal breaker.
I do that 2-3 nights a week when I come home from work. I just pass out.
Amazing. I love you. You're crazy.
And
about it?
unfortunately, and really unattractively, I'm generally wearing more makeup than she is. So I can't really, I can't throw stones.
Okay, so you're crazy about a girl you just started dating, but she
Okay.
doesn't want you to go down on her. She loves going down
Deal breaker.
on you.
Deal breaker.
And wait, whoa.
All right.
And you've attempted to go down on her many times, but she won't let you.
Is this really a question?
Yeah. Is this a deal breaker?
Yes. In fact, it's happened once before. It was a deal breaker.
I like that.
Good for
We
you,
can't
man.
broadcast this anywhere.
Sure we can.
Even Ashley's blushing.
I love this.
No, I mean, listen,
that means
Mike's blushing.
But
that means you're romantic.
you're a good guy. You're a great guy.
man. I like that. It's just a good, solid answer.
You
don't
answered it
have
perfectly.
to elaborate.
Okay. It's a manly,
And not due to any
manly
sort
answer.
of fetish whatsoever.
No,
but just
it's just like we're,
I think you just,
being generous.
if you have boundaries, don't tell me about them.
Right. And
We
yeah.
probably won't run into them. If we
And-
do, then that's a different conversation. But you kind of like the part of the excitement is feeling like anything might happen.
Oh, for sure. But I think that what for me and for a lot of women, I think, is that when you're really comfortable with somebody, then all is game, right?
I understand that.
But-
I understand that that's a terribly, terribly intimate thing. And I think, and most women, and the majority of my friends are female. Actually, the majority of my friends are ex-girlfriends of mine. I think there's one that I don't speak to. But the feel like that's much more intimate than even
because
sex.
you're it's really hard to get out of your own brain.
Mhm.
So you're very conscious of like, how do I look down there? Am I groomed? Is everything like, am I perfumed? Am I
Right.
like, so then you get sort of wrapped up in your own head about that stuff. So it's hard for you to escape to a place where it's like, I'm giving my physical freedom up and I'm going to shut off all the other fucking shit in my brain so I can actually enjoy,
Right.
somebody's tongue on my pussy.
I think it's actually, and I've thought about this before, I think it's kind of the female equivalent of men worried about their penis size. 'Cause I think
Yes.
at 8 years old on the school bus, that's the kind of thing you're accused of, which is absurd because you're years away from any sort of sexual age. But like guys get made, oh, you have a tiny willy or whatever that you say to girl, like, oh, you have a smelly whatever. And so
Yeah.
it's just, no matter who you are, like that's in your head. It's part of your insecurity that you bring into your adult sexual life.
And thank God that, like, living.
Did I just use the word willy, by
Yes.
the way?
Use it
But-
perfectly, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really grateful that men have sexual insecurities like women do, and I don't know. I'm very grateful that men are worried about being good lovers and their penis size and everything. I love America. I do.
Make it great again, would you please?
Okay, so now listen. This is definitely a question that comes from me.
You're projecting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What if her favorite song is Hotel California?
Is that the end of the question?
Basically, I can't remember.
No,
Yeah.
you were supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
say-
That's a
Okay.
very good song, but I have to say this.
So you
I-
think it's a very good song?
Well, not when you scoff at
Hold
me
on,
before I even
but do
answer.
But do what you were gonna do.
I'll say this, though.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Are you trying to give me nightmares?
Such a lovely place.
What speed are you listening to that song to on your
The
vinyl?
correct That's how it goes.
I will say this. I realized this summer, jumping around satellite radio, that is, I got turned on to, somebody showed me how to work Pandora. That's the only song that is in like every genre. Like you punch in like Michael Jackson radio and that fucking song comes on. It's like, it doesn't fail. You put in like,
on
you put in spa music and it's for some reason the Hotel California. I mean, that's a testament to that song.
Not that original.
I had an argument with some really wonderfully talented musician friends in Chicago that went on for years about which was a worse song, Eric Clapton's Cocaine or Your Body is a Wonderland. This literally went on for years.
What was the verdict?
good.
What was the verdict?
Cocaine only because it's like 7 seconds longer.
Wait, how does Cocaine go? Because I know Your Body is a Wonderland. Which...
If you want to get high, cocaine.
Oh,
Goes
you have
like
perfect
that, right?
pitch.
Oh, thank you.
Not true at all.
I gotta go with Your Body is a Wonderland.
Is it
Worst
worst
song?
song?
I just feel like if I were, I don't know, I'm imagining myself in like Haggett dorm. Like I'm
What
in
is that? Is
what?
that a Harry
That's-
Potter reference?
No, that's my dorm. That
Oh.
was my dorm junior year, let's
Oh,
say,
really? Okay.
at University of
Sorry.
Washington.
I left school to middle 8th grade, so I didn't.
I'm in room like 44C.
that room. I know.
I'm drunk. And there's a dude that's groping me to Your Body is
Where
a
are you
Wonderland.
going with this?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it was part of, yeah. Well, you
Lynn,
have
like-
negative connotations to it. Yeah.
No. It actually never happened because I was actually much older when that song was released.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I didn't even realize, Eric Clapton's Cocaine was never like nails on a chalkboard to me. It wasn't until I heard my musician friends talk about what a bad song it is that I kind of heard it with new ears.
What about Margaritaville?
I like that
That's a
song. I
great
listened to
song.
that song on the way to work this morning.
Loves Jimmy Buffett.
Oh my God. Can we end this right now? I did not know I was with two fucking assholes.
Two parrot heads.
I like that
Yeah.
song. I don't know another song of his. No offense to him, but I'm sure.
Cheeseburger.
Burgers in Paradise.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So moving on. Okay.
Ashley, will you please download Cheeseburgers of Paradise for me? You just fire that off to me. Thank you.
If she shares custody of her dog with her ex.
Oh, I'm not threatened. I'm like the least competitive.
Well, you're friends with all of your ex-girlfriends, so you're not. You wouldn't be
all but
threatened.
one.
All but one.
Well, no, that's not true. I mean, there's others we've just lost touch, but not
Mhm.
due to any animosity or anything. But
But you'd be
yeah.
okay with it.
Yeah, sure. What I mean, we all have. I never understood. Like, I mean, obviously, if you've dated someone and you've spent that amount of time with them and you've been honest and or intimate, hopefully both, there's a magnetism for a certain reason. They have a recipe that you like, and then if something doesn't work out, then you just try to cut out the ingredients that didn't work and still enjoy the
How
two
do we
people
That's
that
so
you
mature.
are
Get someone
together.
healthy.
That was
like
a very
this
mature
on the
answer.
No, I
podcast.
really don't, and I'm not possessive or jealous.
You're not
or,
bitter?
You've never been
No.
fucked over.
I'm sure I have, but not as far as I know. Does that make sense?
I guess the
I'm
ignorance.
sure I have.
Well, but no, that's a wonderful way to live.
It's treated me pretty well. I mean, these are relationships and people that I adore.
That's really wonderful. I envy that,
Hmm.
which means I guess I'm envious on top of my own envy. All right.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right.
All
You
right.
need a hug or anything?
Now, okay. On to our last deal
This is
breaker
the last
question.
deal breaker question. All
Yeah,
right.
and then we're going to get into a little bit of an improv, and then we're going to
Oh,
get to
geez.
callers. But
All
we'll take a break.
Okay.
Things are getting hot and heavy with a girl you're seeing.
Mhm.
She puts
Why
her...
are these all sex questions? I've listened to this show before. You didn't give Aubrey a single sex question.
Mm.
I guess we've grown?
Okay.
Good answer.
One could see it
Alright.
as devolving too, but
Okay, now, all right, now
right,
you do
all right.
not get a break.
I don't need I feel like you're exhausted by this, but go on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
things are getting hot and heavy.
Okay, yeah.
With a girl you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
She puts her hand down your pants and does a grab tickle motion. She starts saying, I'm feeling nectarines. I've always loved the farmer's market. You have a baby Putin down there. You are my dictator, my little Vladdy. I know you're going to get reelected. I'm going to re-erect you. Deal breaker?
Is that wait? Oh, so there's a question in there somewhere?
I guess she's calling your dick Vladimir Putin.
I didn't know. Okay. Now I took offense to that for a second because I thought it was like the gravy on the poutine or what do you call?
Oh, no,
Oh no, not poutine.
No.
It's not
Not
poutine.
poutine,
It's
okay.
not the Canadian
No,
French
no.
fry
Because I was
dish.
about ready to
It's-
fucking
no, it's
bolt.
not.
I was like, I'm out of here.
It's Putin, like as
Yeah.
in Vladimir.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Shirtless?
Do you want me to read it again?
Have you, by the way, ever Googled
I have
shirtless
seen that.
Putin?
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. I'm going to be assassinated for this interview.
Wait, you haven't
Were
even
any
answered
of
the
those
question.
things? That was beautiful. That was like Robert Frost walked into the room. It was gorgeous. Why would I be offended by any of that?
Are you like, I'm just gonna roll with this, right?
Is it in an accent?
No.
Wait,
'Cause that
Anna,
means a
Anna,
lot.
Can you do it in an accent, please?
Okay. I'm feeling nectarines.
Ooh, you went East European.
I've always loved the
It's like you're
farmers
reading my mind.
market. You have a baby Putin down there. You are my dictator. Oh, my little Vladdy. I know you are going to get reelected. I'm going to re-elect you. Oh.
I adore you, but I've never been less turned on. in my life. Like, I think my penis is actually inverted in my body right now.
You are my capitalist man. You proved yourself as a true American.
I don't know if that would be a deal breaker.
You don't?
I like a good communicator.
Yeah, it would be. Wouldn't you be sort of mildly amused by somebody saying that?
Yes, I am right
You want
now
to see
as
where
we
it goes.
speak.
I
Yeah.
want to see where it goes.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
What's the next story she has to tell?
Exactly.
I mean, it's vivid. It's definitely vivid.
Totally.
Okay, let's do one more segment
That's-
before, and then we'll take a little break. But
What are we
right
going to
now,
do during the break? Cartwheels?
cartwheels. Okay, so now we're Johnny.
What? What is this chip on your shoulder? Do you realize the last question you just asked me?
I know your balls are nectarines.
You love talking about balls on air. That was in
I
the
do.
Aubrey Plaza thing,
I
too, that I
do.
listened to today.
I do.
You were just on about. I
but
think
I also
you said
talk a lot
that.
about labia as well.
No, she did say
Fair
on
enough.
that episode that Chris's balls are amazing, and she asked Aubrey if she had ever seen them.
Right. And then you claimed that sometimes balls smell like
Old Cheerios.
Cheerios, yeah.
Yeah.
slightly stale Cheerios.
And I love Cheerios. And
There
I
you
eat
go.
a lot of old Cheerios as well. So I don't know. Maybe I just love old balls.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna go on a Tinder date. Do you mind?
What's a Tinder date?
Wait, what?
I know what Tinder is.
You've never heard of a Tinder date?
And what is it? No. Yeah, no, I
When
follow.
people match up on the
The
Tinder
only thing
app.
I'm on is the Instagram.
No,
which is fun.
Tinder is a dating app.
I know, but let me finish, Sam. The only thing I do follow somebody called Tinder Nightmares on Instagram, and so that's my
Yes.
only But I feel like Instagram is more dangerous than any of those dating apps because that's how people cheat. Because if you're in a relationship, you can't have Tinder on, you can't have that app,
No,
you
you
can't have
can't.
Grindr
No.
or anything like that. So
Right.
they just DM each other on
Exactly.
IG because everybody has
Mhm.
Instagram, and
Oh
it's
shit!
not like
I need to know about this. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know this.
I swear I've heard like 1,000,000 horror stories in the last
Oh.
month alone.
All right. So now listen. I'm gonna. I.
All right, so
my
we're on
inst-
Tinder. date.
My instinct is for you to be yourself, Johnny.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, is this an improv thing? with
Yeah.
it? Oh, great. Okay.
But you can be somebody else if you'd like. I could give you a couple
Well, I
options.
don't want to disappoint you. I'll do whatever you want.
Johnny, let's have him play
okay.
himself.
All right.
Which is oddly the most uncomfortable character I can play.
Okay, I'm Kayla,
Kayla. Okay.
and we're meeting at Bestia. Where do you think we should? meet?
Sure, Bestie is a great restaurant.
I like ink.
Ink
Can
is
we
a
meet there?
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Great.
that place.
That's a great first date, by the way. Nice job, Johnny.
What's her name again?
Kayla.
Got it.
Okay, so I got here first.
Oh, Sarah, let me take you to your guest. She's
Got it,
right over
yeah.
here, and here she is.
And so I don't know what you look like. How do I know it's you?
Well, no, you know what she looks like because you matched
they have
up,
photos
you
on
matched
there?
up with her on
Okay,
Tinder.
I don't know.
Right.
Oh, and then there's photos.
This is a blind date. Forget Tinder. This is a blind date.
So it is a blind date.
Let's just
Yeah,
call
but
it a
you
blind
know,
date.
but he knows what I look
He
like.
doesn't know
How do
what
I know
Tinder
what you
is.
look like?
Okay,
I just looked up
he should
Kayla
know what he looks
online?
like because of Tinder, but he doesn't know what Tinder is. So let's just
This
call
is
it a
going
blind date.
horribly.
No,
I already
no.
want to break up with you.
Because he didn't know that you could see. All right, you're meeting the date right now for the
And
first
I know
time.
what she looks like.
It doesn't matter. You see her
Of course
now.
it matters.
You're seeing her now.
You have to ground this in reality somehow.
Okay, you liked her enough on
Yeah.
Tinder. You thought she was attractive enough on Tinder to
Let's
go
say
out with
that
her.
now we're texting
Yes.
and we've traded photos over text.
And you're meeting right now at Inc. for your first date.
Sweet.
And here you go, sir. Here she
Okay.
is.
Hi, Kayla. I'm Johnny Galecki of the Chicago Galeckis.
Hey, it's so nice to meet you.
I'm out. Just the voice of that was horrifying. Why are you so lackadaisical? You're like
Man.
lethargic and nasal. I don't like this at all.
That's not true. I'm highly motivated.
You sound like you're on Vicodin.
Okay, I feel like
No, I mean you
you're
sound like you're on Vicodin.
funny. You're really, really funny. Wait, what do you do for a living?
I design dancing water fountains.
Oh my god, like that one in Vegas? No,
Exactly. Who doesn't like dancing water fountains?
I love them. There's something so like balletic about them.
So what?
Balletic.
I don't know that word.
Like ballet.
Oh, balletic. I love that
Yeah.
word.
Thanks.
All right, now I'm in. I'm going ring shopping. I'll be right back.
I feel like you just have this amazing energy. Let me guess. Are you Leo?
I knew you were going to bring up my sign. Is someone at your door right now? Is that what that noise was?
I don't know.
I went out of character, didn't I? No, I'm not a Leo.
I just feel like you're super.
You have 11
creative.
more guesses.
Do you want to know more about me?
I'm on the fence. Where are you from, Kayla?
Well, originally, I'm from Orange County, and then but I mostly grew up here in Los Angeles.
No way.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed
But
that.
I'm not like actually like most of these people that are from here.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
And what do you do for a thing?
Well, I'm a lot of different things. I'm mostly like an entrepreneur. I screenwrite, and I have my own makeup.
Oh, you write. You're a writer.
Yeah, I write. I write like a lot of comedy, but like dark comedy.
Right.
I live with my parents because
Mhm.
I'm taking care of them right now. So
What's wrong with them? Are they okay?
Yeah, they're fine. It's just that they need my help with a lot of stuff, like getting groceries and shit like that. But I think it really speaks to the kind of generous person that I am.
Yeah.
What do you do? Oh, that's
I
right. You
just
design
answered that.
fountains.
Yeah.
But I feel like you look sort of familiar.
I do a lot of clown porn.
Are you sure? Because
Mhm.
I kind of feel like I don't watch
Hi, can I take your order?
any television. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my God, are you Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory?
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I'm a fan of the show. I'm sorry. What would you like to have?
I'm gonna have a cherry tequila bomb.
Okay, got that for you. And
What
would
was
you
that?
like?
A cherry what?
A cherry tequila bomb.
It's just a bunch of grenadine and a bunch of tequila. What would
Oh,
you like?
Sweet.
What would you like, Mr.
As a
Galecki?
beverage? Do you have any Yoo-hoo back there?
I'm sure we can find it for you. There's a 7-Eleven right next door. For Mr.
Yeah.
Galecki, we
That'd
will
be sweet.
absolutely get one for you.
Thanks.
I can't believe that you're on a date with Johnny Galecki.
Yeah. Okay,
Don't
this
be
is so
that
weird because
impressed, by the way.
I have to tell you, I don't watch any television, so I don't really like know who you are
Right.
per se. But I did look you up beforehand, and my friends were like, "Oh my god, you're going out with Johnny Galecki," and I was like, "I don't even know who that is."
Right.
But I guess I don't know. You seem like you're a really big deal.
That's the best story I've heard all month. Honestly.
Isn't she? Could she not be like in the running for sort
Is
of
this-
the world's worst person in North America?
Is this the people that you think I date?
No. I just
Who
like
do you
to play.
think
I really love to play horrible people.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would be your version
Of
of a horrible person on a date?
guy-wise?
Yeah.
Well, how would I know that? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of my own gender, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, clearly, I like
I mean, comparatively.
dug a grave for my gender right there.
That's not true. Just a very small percentage of your gender.
Just the worst, Kayla.
Have you been on any crazy first dates where obviously they knew who you were and it just got a little uncomfortable?
Sam, I don't leave the house a whole lot.
You don't go anywhere.
No, I mean, when I was younger, I suppose. But I mean, yes, there was one date during which a woman told me that it was her fantasy to kill a man. I swear to God.
Oh God, that seems like something I would have done.
Yeah, and she was like she owned chickens and was into like voodoo and shit like that.
So she's trying to impress you.
With her chickens.
I'm serious.
And her murder fantasy, yeah.
That is a weird.
It's a specific personality. I'm sure she's found someone conducive to it. No, but I did get really scared because of the voodoo thing, especially. Like I went in the bathroom and I hid my hairbrush so she couldn't take stuff out and make a voodoo doll and shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Granted, I was like, I don't know, 19 at the time or something like that. I was 19 at the time. I approached dates like, okay, worst case scenario, there's going to be a funny self-deprecating story to come out of this that I can tell my friends tomorrow morning. You know, I think you just have to like, that's the worst case scenario. If that's the worst case scenario, then fine. But I like people and I like meeting people and learning about people. And so I really don't date that much. Why? I don't know why you elected me like this Gigolo Romeo character that.
Oh no! Listen.
Oh, did that remind you of another question you have about my dating life?
A lot.
Oh, okay. Oh, you do. All right.
Yeah.
All
no,
right.
she's just atrocious.
Yeah.
But
I want to go out with her just so I can break up with her.
She likes to.
Is that vindictive? Okay.
She's just. I just love playing horrible people.
Well, you mentioned on Aubrey's podcast that you don't really get those roles. You said.
Yeah,
Or you're not offered those roles or whatever.
Well, I just get a lot of creative fulfillment out of playing atrocious.
Well, kind of like I touched on, I was joking, but it was based in truth. Like the closer a character is to me, the more uncomfortable it is to do. Like so, and you're a sweetheart. I've known you for years now. And you're.
But what's your
except for that one time you stabbed me, shanked me in my rib cage. But that
was just an accident. It was upfront.
It wasn't really. Who brings a shank to upfronts?
4 seasons? I don't know. It got weird.
That's right.
But wait,
here we are. It bonded us.
Would you want to be like a total dick?
How much are you offering?
250,000. It's not enough, is it?
No. I never really know. I mean, generally, this is such a boring answer, and I'm sure you can relate.
Did you just lowball him?
That's all I had for. That was our entire budget for my indie.
This is such a boring answer, but I'm sure you can relate. I forgot what I was going to say. It's generally based on whatever I've played. I want to play the opposite of whatever I played last, and then ironically, as you know, like you get the offers of like to play whatever you did well the last time, and you know you kind of go back and forth like that. I don't know. Evil, yeah, sure. Evil would be fun.
I just think it'd be so fun.
I think it's dangerous to have judgment about the character you're playing that way.
Oh, for sure.
And I think some of the my favorite villains have never been like Murderer or Satan or like anything like. It's been like Nurse Ratched. Basically, it's like my favorite villain from Cuckoo's Nest. Like because she truly in her heart believes that she's helping people. And that's terrifying. That is the scariest villain that you can ever come across. A lot of politicians come to mind right now. But when they sincerely believe that, that's really. She thinks she's Mother Teresa.
Honey?
Yes, babe.
I just want to put this little cloth. I know it's going to smell. But I just want to put it over your mouth just for a minute.
Done.
It's
this
gonna feel
again.
good. It's going to feel so good. Go to La La Land.
Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to call our guests. What do you think?
I'd love that. I'm excited about that.
Okay.
Peace.